I wanted to go over our individual favorite pieces of tech from 2023, something that we started using in 2023 that we think like kind of changed our workflow or that we just really positively liked. It's always a little fun. I like recommendation sections. Gadget Lab from Wired actually did a full recommendation episode for the last week of 2023. So I thought it would be fun to have a little recommendation section. So I think we're going to do 3 products each, and we're going to go in a little round table. So we're going to start off with Marques. And it doesn't have to be something that released in 2023, just something that you started using that you really like.
I love how in this, for audio listeners, randomly after an ad break, hosts of this show will just be wearing smart glasses.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Marques doesn't even wear normal sunglasses except for these indoors all the time.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Sorry.
I'm picking the Ray-Bans Meta smart glasses as my first pick. These things, I mean, I don't know. Like you said, I don't wear sunglasses that much, but they surprise me at how, like, just overall as a package, they managed to fit a lot of fun, smart features in things that look like just regular sunglasses. And they actually David's wearing the clear ones, so you could kind of just wear them, and then are those the transitions, right, too, or no?
Yeah, I think they are transition
So they turn into
lenses.
sunglasses, too.
They're not full sunglasses. They're not, like, nearly like yours.
But they tint,
Yeah. Personally, I think that wearing the sunglasses ones is probably a better option, because if you wear clear glasses when you don't normally wear clear glasses, then it's
they're
kind
like,
of
what
obvious.
are you wearing?
They're like, what are you doing?
But if I'm walking through the city, like the POV videos that you can get of just, like, walking around or whatever activity you're doing are actually pretty solid from these. So just for that feature alone, I thought these are really cool.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do more POV driving videos for autofocus and struggling to find safe ways to do that.
Yeah.
So this has been an actual workflow game changer for that too. So yeah, I'm liking these.
The video quality is really good. The sound
good.
quality is surprisingly good. It kind of shoots sound into your ears.
Yeah.
Directional audio.
Yeah.
And then they're like one of the first multimodal AI products as well.
Exactly. I've been testing the "Hey Meta, look and tell me what you see." It's going to start reading to me now.
We did this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Do you want me to?
Oh, it didn't do it?
It didn't do it that time.
That's fine.
Cool.
We're in the early stages. All right.
This is my favorite piece. Watch it not work.
Watch it not work. All right, Andrew.
My turn? All right.
Yeah.
I have, for show and tell today,
Oh.
if you couldn't guess, because I won't stop talking about keyboards in the last couple of months, this is
type, bro?
the OmniType Bauer Lite,
Wow.
which is a keyboard from a company named OmniType. They're famous for a very old, or an older, very expensive, very low inventory keyboard called the Bauer 2. But they made a light version, which is polycarbonate. It's $100, $120, and it's like in stock inventory, which is really cool and really a newer thing in the keyboard community that's happening right now. And they were nice enough to send me one. And when I was on paternity leave, I built them, and now I've built like 10 keyboards, and I've been having so much fun with it. This one I brought specifically is,
Light.
I think, sounds and feels so good.
Sounds good.
I'm like obsessed with it. It is, it's a polycarbonate board. It's hot swap. I have switches from Kinetic Labs. They're called the Kinetic Lab Moon switches, which are actually hand lubed from the factory. So they sound really nice without any effort. And a nice Game Boy themed keycap set called GMK DMG.
Gonna do a little typing test.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I could listen to that all day.
Crank it.
Inject that into my brain.
I have dove headfirst into the keyboard hobby to the point where before I left for paternity leave, I had built my first keyboard to now I am back from it, and I have like 20 of them and a keyboard YouTube channel. So this is where we've gone.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I love all these like niche, like super deep dive into hobbies that we do, and I always I've started getting to keyboards more, and so I've come to appreciate much more the different sounds and feels that you get from a keyboard. Why does the lightness of it matter?
The lightness of how light this is.
Yeah.
This is just light because polycarbonate's cheaper than CNC'd aluminum.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm actually working on a video right now on this for the studio channel, but the reason you can just stamp and mold polycarbonate, whereas before the Bauer 2 that they were making, he said it took
Like
over
super heavy.
Yeah, because it's aluminum, but
Yeah.
it took more than a year to make 500 of them, and 8,000 people signed up for the raffle. So that's just not an option for smaller companies or even some bigger companies to make
Yeah.
stuff like that. Places like Keychron do aluminum bodies, and they're great at in-stock stuff. And there's way more companies doing in-stock things right now, which is really cool. All of this I'm working on in the video that I'm doing right now, but polycarbonate is nice. I like the lightness of this just for like bringing it to work was nice. I think I do still like my heavy keyboard playing games because it like sits in its spot.
Do you bring this back and forth every day?
Not every day. I'll probably leave this one at work. I built a bunch at home. I'll probably leave them at work to just be used as props because I obviously don't need 20 keyboards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just been building a lot of different ones, trying different sounds and feels and stuff, and I've been taking videos of all of them and posting typing
Want
tests
to
on a channel.
plug your channel?
Yeah, I want you guys. What do you think of this channel name? It's called LMNO Key.
I love it.
That's nice.
It's
right?
really good.
That's a cool channel name.
It's a really
Alphabet
good channel.
pun.
It's just me and my friend typing, pretty much.
I love it.
Very
Nice.
low key, but yeah, this one OmniType Bauer Light. Big fan.
I liked the keyboard Yule log.
I made a keyboard Yule log. It's an hour of typing with like fireplace crackling.
Did you type
noises.
for an hour or did you loop it? Did you type for an hour?
I typed for 10 minutes and then looped it.
Nice.
I debated typing Christmas songs during it, but
Yeah.
that was too much work.
Yeah, that reminds. I used to bring my when I worked at Intel. I brought my Happy Hacking keyboard to work every day.
You had a carrying case.
I
I had a carrying case for it.
Nice.
There was a period of time as well that I brought my Ergodox to work.
Yeah.
And I used to eat ramen at my desk while typing. An Ergodox is like a split hand keyboard where you do this and then you
Yeah.
can put something in the center.
Like keyboards look really
That's
cool.
a
I would
don't
like
take
to make
video.
one of those.
Someone clip that. I just went like this.
Yeah, I had a wood case and Elven keycaps
Nice.
from Lord of the Rings. It was pretty amazing. Yeah.
And a RuneScape mousepad.
Yeah. All right. My I think favorite piece of tech from this year is software. It's we've talked about this before. It's Arc browser. They're a cool startup.
You have to pull it out of your computer to show it to us.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a sticker on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
They're a very fun startup. I don't really know how they're going to make money, and they don't really either. They have some random ideas, but for now they're running on some runway. But yeah, I don't. It's hard to get me to switch a piece of software or technology that I use all the time, and I generally will try things for like a day, and then I'll be like, no, I like going back to my other thing. I think I described Arc very badly the last time we talked about it. I was like, it kind of gets rid of your tabs, and then it can kind of do this stuff, and
It cleans your room for you.
yeah, I famously am really, really terrible at tab management. So at a certain amount of time, like 12 hours later, it will clear all your tabs, and you can have different spaces. So I have like a workspace, a personal space, and then like a website management space. Just all these different things. It's got boosts now that came out this year, which is like you can basically modify the code for a website to look however you want. You can turn it pink. You can get rid of certain things. They had this funny little ad that came out when Twitter Blue came out that like removed the Twitter Blue tab and
Right.
removed all these things
Yeah.
just to like clean up. I don't know. It's just it's a very fun startup with a very fun browser. And
'Cause most browsers are so stagnant. It's Apple's browser, Microsoft's browser, or Google's browser.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not playing with fun,
As a
quirky,
Firefox
interesting
user.
features.
yeah, they're quirky. I think that's
Would you say Firefox is
No. I'm just sad you didn't say it.
Oh, okay.
No, I would say though it is stagnant, but to David's like point here is it's really hard to change things that you use for a very long time. And a browser, like I'm using Firefox because I started years ago, and I don't know why I use it over Chrome. I'm just used to seeing
Yeah.
it like that anyways, and I just haven't made the change. So like
Yeah.
that's a big change. So it's got to be a fairly solid product if you've made that change.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing. There's a small list of software that if I change it, which I do once in a while, it's a really big deal
Yeah.
to me, which is my to-do list app, my email app, my calendar app,
Yeah.
my video editing app,
Yeah.
and my browser.
Right.
They're like, I'll have one for years at a time. And if I find one, I might try it for a day and then come back to the one I like. And find another one, try it for a day, come back to the one I like.
Yeah.
But if I change from Premiere to Final Cut, my life has changed.
Yeah.
Like if I change from Safari to Arc, like which I did, huge change.
Yeah.
So I like it a lot.
Also, Arc is doing something kind of crazy and unprecedented, where they're unprecedented.
I like president.
Unprecedented. They're basically they're doing something called Swift on Windows, which effectively they didn't want to write a whole code base. Right now it's only Mac OS, and so they wrote it for Swift because Swift is like a much newer, cleaner thing, and they didn't want to use some of these like platform switcher applications. So they're making this thing called Swift on Windows, where basically they can just write it for Swift and then theoretically can make it run on Windows. They can make it run on Android. And they have an iPhone app right now, but they're going to completely revamp it because it's not really a browser app. It's sort of just like you can only have one tab open at a time, and you can pin things to your browser on your laptop. But it's a very big undertaking. I think because they made a browser and they don't see a really obvious path to monetization, they're trying to figure out how they could monetize this. But they're quirky and fun, and that's just kind of the reason that I kind of have stuck with them from since the beginning of the year.
Nice.
But we'll see if they're around.
They make
in a
nice
year,
hats too. Just saying.
They do make nice hats.
Oh, that's how they can make money.
I dig their hat. Yeah.
On the hats, yeah.
Merch, baby.
They have a pretty rabid fan base that is like
Always a good thing.
Yeah.
Loyalty is nice.
very loyal fan base. And surprisingly, they like every week they update the app on Thursday of every week and pretty much add a feature every week, which is cool. They now have it on their YouTube channel. They put out like feature update videos every week, and those videos get close to 100,000 views every week now.
That's where you make YouTube creators now.
That's where
AdSense,
you make the
baby.
money.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
interesting.
YouTubers now.
AdSense.
Nice.
So yeah, it was fun using that this year. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, product
All right.
number 2, Marques.
My next one is like, extremely expensive. So
That's
hopefully you guys have less expensive things on the list.
Put the affiliate code in there.
Yeah. I loved the Rivian R1S.
That is expensive.
It's the most well-rounded, I had almost only good things to say about this EV, which is very rare for me. And I mean, we test all kinds of vehicles, cars, SUVs, pickup trucks, all sorts of stuff like that. I had like nothing negative to say about the Rivian R1S. And my first exposure to it was, I think, in 2022, but it started shipping in 2023, and I reviewed it in 2023. And yeah, there's a lot of things that I like about it. So there's also an Easter egg in the video that I made about it, which you guys will probably understand sometime later in 2024. But yeah,
Wait, what?
That's really
R1S.
vague.
Well, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Or I don't think I know what you're talking about.
So yeah, it's expensive. I'm starting to see a lot more of them on the road, which I think is a good sign for Rivian as a company.
I
think
see them
it's-
everywhere.
It's selling way better than the truck,
Yeah.
so that's cool. But yeah, I'm shouting it out because I think it's amazing. I think R2S and R2T will be much more interesting for the masses because they're trying to bring most of the capabilities that most people need on the street down in price to an attainable level. And
want it
I
so
think they're
bad.
going to be great.
What if I want a sedan? Can Rivian make a sedan?
A sedan. So Rivian has this adventure type of theme.
Make an
I would
adventure
say.
sedan.
I think an adventure
Or
sedan would be interesting.
like a cross trek.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's a popular vehicle category.
Yeah,
So the
hatchback.
pickup truck, technically the most popular vehicle in America is
Yeah.
a pickup truck, and they started with a competitor to it. And I think the big 3-row sedan is another very popular category that maybe an adventure
3-row
theme can
SUV.
spin. Sorry, 3-row SUV. But I think the big crossover or big
Crossover.
sedan could be another thing for them to aim for.
Because the Subaru Solterra was so bad, if they made like a Solterra competitor that was actually good, I would be so happy.
I would
buy that in a heartbeat.
I want the R2 so bad. Slightly bigger, similar size to my Forester. If that's the case,
Yeah.
I'd be very,
R2S,
very happy.
yeah.
Again, I think I put my demands out there.
That might be
I'll be-
2-row.
What?
Because R1S is a small 3-row, maybe R2S is 2-row.
Yeah, R2S, I would assume is going to be a 2-row, but still decent trunk space.
Yeah.
If it's still got like the cool boxy look of Rivian and it still has like some of the cool, like a front trunk. Because a lot of times I feel like when you start going to the smaller SUV, they start getting rid of the front trunk.
Yeah.
I still want
Rivian,
it.
I think, is uniquely building EV from the ground up, where some of the ones that get rid of the front trunk are just not, they're just late. They're not building an EV from the ground up in that way.
I feel like I'm going to reserve the R2S.
As long as you're
like,
not
immediately.
planning on having 3 more kids, then you can
They
get
can
that
find
car.
their own car.
One of them can go in the front trunk.
Then you're getting that white Chevy minivan, baby.
Yeah,
It's on.
yeah.
Honda Odyssey. Yeah, R1S, that's my shout out.
That's awesome. I'm going to shout out something. So I don't use it, but we have it in the office, and I think it's really, really cool. And unless you see it, so I'll try and describe it, it sounds kind of lame, but I think it's awesome. It's the Corsair Platform 6 sit-stand desk that we got recently.
Oh, I like that
pretty
thing.
damn cool.
I thought a lot about getting one.
Yeah.
I really like it.
So they sent us one, and we put it in our gaming room. And it's like Corsair is obviously a gaming company. This desk doesn't scream gamer as hard though. It's like a nice wooden platform. It has kind of like its own adjustable pegboard backing, so you can
super cool.
add all these different customized like shelves and hooks, and like there's side plates that come out to extend the desk left and right. There's pegboards that can go on the side. It's sit stand. It just has like all these really awesome customizing things on it without looking like a real desk.
Because here's the thing, I could see having this in a garage and using it as like a workshop desk.
Workshop desk probably should be a little sturdier or like thicker, just if you're like using a saw and stuff and cutting into the side of it.
I mean,
but
like soldering and that kind of stuff.
yeah, fair. I mean, this is it's just a really nice looking desk that has all the customization that you would like ever want. Like we have really nice speakers up on the side of
That's
it and
what
everything.
sold me. Right now, my studio monitors are on the desk, and they've been on my desk for years. But the thought of being able to get them up off the desk at your ear level, but then have reclaim the desk space underneath it, that's sick.
And still has all sorts of great things for like cable management and stuff like that, and places for arms. Like essentially you can create this with like almost nothing sitting on the desk except for what you want, and have your monitor and computer set up in all different places. And it's just a really sick
cool. desk.
I don't even know how much it is. It's probably pretty expensive, but
It's on sale.
it's on sale, baby.
It's on sale.
For
How much?
It's only $30 off, but it is.
oh no.
It's $848 as of right now.
That's not that bad.
For a desk, for a motorized sit stand desk,
That's actually
there's obviously better or cheaper options out there, but I don't think that's terrible.
Yeah.
I spent a lot on my desk.
But yeah, I think it's really sick.
Cool.
I don't know if we've done it. Have we done an A-roll set in the gaming room since we changed that?
No, I will
Alex did one.
Alex might have shot for a video that's not out yet, but
Yeah.
I think it looks great, and it's going to be a really good, just for our set purposes, being able
I
to
like that
customize it. It's
And the
really
pegboard.
nice. The pegboard's really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Good job, Corsair.
All right. My second one is, I promise, not sponsored.
Okay.
But the 8 Sleep mattress topper pad.
Interesting. Go on.
Okay. This thing is so sick.
I love mine so much.
We got it originally for a sponsorship.
Yep.
And
Well, basically, they reached out. They wanted to sponsor us. I said I will have to try it first, and if I like it, then we'll do a sponsor. And then I loved it.
Yeah.
And then did the sponsor. Yeah.
Right. So they have a full mattress option, and then they just have a mattress topper. I got the topper because I already have a mattress that I really like. But effectively, it's this high-tech sleep mattress topper that can cool you and heat you at different times of the night. It uses like intelligent machine learning or whatever to like change the temperature over the course of the night so that you sleep better. It has all these trackers to like tell you how you slept and like say when you should go to bed. The app is weirdly well designed.
It is pretty good.
good.
Yeah, like it's a very high quality product with a very high quality app, and honestly it has made me sleep significantly better since I've had it.
Yeah.
It's crazy too because at every morning it gives you this sleep score to tell you how well you slept.
Yeah, what is
and my sleep score always correlates with how good I feel, which is crazy. Like if it's like, oh, you slept terribly, you got a 63. I'm like, yeah, I know, I feel like crap. But if I wake up and I'm like, wow, I feel incredible, it's always like 98. And it'll change the temperature over the core, like as it gets closer to you waking up, to help you wake up more naturally and at a point in your like circadian rhythm where you feel better waking up.
I mean, just waking up to it being like a little warmer is nice, or getting into bed with it being like
Getting
a
into bed
touch
with it
ward or
cooler.
stuff, or cooler depending on the
yeah.
Yeah.
And it can also vibrate to wake you up, which is kind of weird. I don't use that
it's
feature.
pretty low.
They just updated it.
Did they? Okay, I haven't tried it again since then.
Yeah.
I have one major gripe with it, which is very small, and I don't know how they would change it. So if you want to like go take a nap in your bed in the middle of the day and it's cold in your room, because there's water flowing through it without it changing the temperature, like the bed is cold when you get into it, which is like so small. and I'm more of a
It's
couch
nice.
napper, but like
So you'd have to
if
heat
you-
it up ahead of time.
Well, because it
want
starts
it to be
heating
cold.
up based on like
yeah, true.
when you set as a bedtime.
Oh, right.
Well, no, but like if you would prefer to be a little warmer.
Oh, then you can go on
and-
the app and
Yeah.
tell it.
Yeah, but if you're just like, oh man, I'm pretty exhausted at 2:00. I'm gonna go take a nap in bed. It's just like cold because it's
Yes.
just water that's sitting in
Yeah.
a cold room.
Yeah.
So very minor gripe.
Yeah.
Still absolutely love it.
Two things. One, it's hilarious that my bed got a software update. But two is I think I got home from like an overnight thing once, and so I like got in bed to go to sleep at 6 a.m. or something, and it just turned on. It just figured it out, realized that and I still got a horrible sleep score, but like it realized that I was getting into bed at a crazy time, and I was like, all right, because it's got the sensors, the heart rate monitor, everything is built into the mattress topper.
It knows a weird amount about you.
Yeah.
It's kind
Maybe
of
a
crazy.
little too much about
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is also on sale.
What? Not a sponsor.
It is a very expensive product.
It's very expensive,
$2,500 for the mattress topper, which I know is a ton.
And some of those features are behind a paywall.
Yeah,
as
behind a
well.
subscription. You don't need the subscription. You really don't need it.
No, I think some of the way I think they'll like it changing because like you can set what points of temperature you want over it's like when you go to bed, when you hit light sleep, when you hit deep sleep, when you wake up. But I think the automatic changing of that based on your movement and stuff is behind the paywall.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like autopilot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I really like it. I have slept way better in the last 6 months since
Plus
I've
you have
had
a
it or
water
whatever.
cooled bed.
Have
Yeah.
you gotten to the point where it's harder to sleep in other beds?
That's an interesting question.
Because I wasn't sure if I was actually sleeping better in the 8 sleep. I thought, wow, I feel like I am going to sleep faster. And then I tried to sleep in a hotel bed, and I was like, I'm cooking. right
Okay, hotel beds suck. in
Well,
general.
Oh man, I disagree with both of you.
I've really enjoyed. I think hotel beds are usually pretty good, and at least for me. And I've started feeling like, wow, these are too hot now.
Interesting.
I see the reason I still sleep okay in a hotel bed is because I'm not paying the electricity bill of what I set the
You crank it all the way
HVAC to
down.
when I go into a hotel
That's very
room.
dad of you, Andrew.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm cranking that to whatever preferred
But then in the
temperature I
morning, it's
want.
still 64 degrees, and you have to like get out of bed when it's cold.
Yeah.
Which is tough.
I like the feature where it had hit zero cooling or heating like an hour before I wake up, but as I'm waking up, it gets colder and it sort of nudges me out of bed by getting colder. And that works really well.
See, that's
So-
probably why my sleep score sucks because I make it get warmer and then I'm like, I don't want to leave.
I have
And
never once wanted my bed to be warm. So I don't have it
Man.
get warm ever.
I'm a cozy boy, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway.
All
Very
right.
cool product.
Last round. Let's do a speed round.
Okay.
Last item for me. I recently started using this set of in-ear monitors by 64 Audio. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I'm going to try, which might be a mistake. I think it's called the Velour. But they're IEMs. Back in high school, I have this memory of every time during like homeroom and study hall, I just had my Zune HD and my in-ear monitors, and I would just zen out and not talk to anyone and just listen to music for hours. And that memory was like a core memory that was unlocked when I just went back to starting to use in-ear monitors again, because you start hearing things in the music that you didn't realize were there because you've only heard them on headphones or you've only heard them on speakers. I've been listening to these. I've been editing with these a little bit. They're very versatile, very expensive also. But I'm giving them a shout out because I don't have anything bad to say about them yet. So
I made the mistake of opening them and trying them and then handing them to you and not
Being like,
trying them for longer because now they haven't left your desk since I gave
they're
them
going
to
to be there
you.
for a while.
Yeah.
They're actually in his ears
They're-
right now.
Yeah.
It's funny what you unlock when you find a new, better listening experience. I have this turntable that I've had for a long time, and I have like 500 records, but they're all at my mom's house because I was that weird kid in high school who was like super into records. But I finally like got a couple new records and put them on my turntable at home, and I'm like, damn, this sounds so good.
Yeah.
It sounds way better. So I am I want to try your IEM.
I'm editing. I'm like hearing things I've never heard from the microphone before. Like there are cars outside in the parking lot that I see the levels on the mix pre are at 0. So I'm like, I think we can keep talking. Like I don't see it on the levels.
hear it in the
and then I
IEMs.
hear in the IEMs. I'm like, this is so much. I hear everything. I hear the hairs growing out of my face. It's crazy. Anyway, okay. What's your pick?
This is definitely something that came out in 2022, and the thing I'm looking forward to got delayed till 2024. So using it as a 2023 thing is
Average
maybe
it.
not the best, but the Pulsar X2 wireless gaming mouse I've used before.
Wait, Polestar?
Pulsar.
Pulsar.
Pulsar. It's just a mouse that I loved. It was fantastic. I was using the Random Frank P version, but they do all these really good collabs and designs, and they're coming out with a Demon Slayer collab soon, which is an anime I started watching and I really like so far. So I can't wait till that comes out. It's gonna be sick. But yeah, that's my
Cool.
quick hit.
Nice. Mine is a little boring, but I really liked the Pixel Fold this year. I know it had a lot of problems. Like the bezels are pretty big on the inside, and
Here
the
come
interior
the tensor
screen is not
haters.
very good.
Here they come.
I don't care about tensor, whatever. But I just really liked the form factor because I was really hoping like the Oppo Find N and the Find N2 never got a US launch, and that's like a shorter, more pocketbook style foldable phone. And so if you
Passport?
live in passport style.
I like the pocketbook style.
Yeah. So if you live in like the United States and you want a pocketbook style, passport style phone, it's kind of the only option. And the thing is, Pixel software for Android is by far my favorite Android software. And so having that along with all the Google Smarts on a passport style phone allowed me to sort of ignore some of the issues with it. Also, we've talked about this before, probably the best phone to use closed. And I like that mindset when it comes to folding phones because the Galaxy Z Fold has always been a phone that's been like, oh, we want you to use this open most of the time, and they make it a little bit awkward to
a little
use closed
uncomfortable
because it's so
closed.
narrow.
Yeah.
But this phone is like a really nice aspect ratio closed. It's short and it's nice, and I like it. I'm really hoping that the second generation is significantly better. I doubt it will be. Maybe the third generation will be. I just want a better interior screen, maybe some smaller bezels, and that's about it. I really like that phone.
Shout out to the Pixel
So-
Fold. I'm looking forward to the Pixel Fold too. As well.
Yeah.
Imagine, do you know how you said it's narrow and awkward to use on the front of the Z Fold?
Yeah.
Remember the Essential Phone 2 concept that was supposed to be that like skinny
The
phone?
gem phone, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been
So many
tough sell.
people were like excited for that.
I think they were just excited because it was different.
It's just weird and different.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you remember the original Samsung Galaxy Fold, it was super slim and narrow, and then it just had a small screen inside of the front.
Yeah,
for
it had
stuff.
the weirdest
was
bezels ever.
weird.
Looking
Yeah.
back, that was the very first gen. really first gen. The screen broke. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the interior screen broke. So.
Tough. My New Year's resolution is actually to clean out my subs on YouTube and subscribe to some new channels. Because I've been subscribed to the same like tiny growth every year group of channels, but there are a bunch that are dead, which I don't have to unsubscribe to, but I want to sort of refresh it. So I'm gonna, when I see a good video, I'm gonna like investigate and maybe subscribe to some channels this year.
Are you gonna subscribe to Andrew's keyboard channel?
I'll investigate. I'll watch a couple videos. We'll see what kind of material we're working with. But if you haven't subscribed to Waveform, you should. This is a good one for you.
If you like it
You
as
should.
well.
Don't investigate any further.
Something-
Yeah.
Just subscribe.
Somebody commented at the end of last week's episode, and they say, I watch every episode, but I always forget to like. Is that a problem?
It is.
And I was
Yes.
like,
Fake
I mean,
fan.
You watch it. I'm glad you watch every week.
No, yeah, I know.
YouTube knows to serve you.
Last episode, how many people were like, caught me doing the dishes?
Oh my God, so many people. Apparently, a lot of people do the dishes while listening to Waveform.
I appreciate all you dishwashers out there. I did not wash dishes when I was in college.
I do not wash dishes.
Still,